unfortunately, it was a terrible accident, tragic injury, and he'll take a little bit of time to recover physically. I think more will come out on that when Anthony's prepared to share it.
Obviously, two of my good friends passed away.
They were in the front, the two people in the front seats?
One was in the front and one was behind him, so those two.
Oh, on the right side. On the right side.
Yeah, on the right side, both passed away, yeah. It still hasn't hit me yet.
I'm sorry for that, man. Hey, you scared the world. I'll tell you that right now. You scared the world.
Anthony Joshua has made a statement concerning his career. And this is what he had to say. He said, quote, he said, "I can't stop now. I've got to keep going until I reach my destination. I'm targeting Tyson."
Respect for Anthony Joshua right now, because you just think to yourself, what he must be going through psychologically, nobody knows, because we're not him. You know, he obviously needs time, and boxing would be the last thing on his mind, or if he should fight again or anything like that.
Eddie Hearn confirms Joshua versus Tyson Fury showdown for 2026. After a tragic accident claiming two of his close friends, Anthony Joshua is taking a short 1-2 month break to recover mentally and physically. Hearn stresses that the Fury fight is on the horizon. Joshua's focus is sharp, his resolve stronger than ever, and the stage is set for one of boxing's most epic battles.
That's why the fight makes so much sense, because it's the best be the best. But it's not like he's a champion and, you know, we have to kind of sing to his tune. We're being as courteous as we can. Yeah. But sooner or later, we have to make another move. But
Eddie Hearn confirms Joshua versus Fury, but reflects on recent tragedy. Eddie Hearn emphasizes that while the fight fans crave is Joshua against Tyson Fury, Anthony is still healing mentally after the tragic accident that claimed two of his close friends. Even in grief, his focus remains unshaken, and Hearn hints that once Joshua fully recovers, this heavyweight showdown will ignite the boxing world like never before.
That people have been talking about, and the only fight people want to see, and the reason that His Excellency has been engaging in those talks with Tyson Fury is to fight Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua confirms he's not quitting boxing after tragic loss. Even after the heartbreaking accident that claimed two of his close friends, Joshua showed incredible resilience, speaking with strength and confidence. His recent post made it clear, boxing isn't over for him. Mentally and spiritually tested, he's taking time to grieve, but his resolve remains unshaken, and the heavyweight world can expect the Gypsy King showdown sooner rather than later.
To hear Anthony Joshua speak with confidence and strength, saying that he has a strong mind. And that was great, because a lot of people are wondering with that tragedy, you know, how he could be doing mentally and spiritually. Of course, he's sad. Of course, he's down. Of course, he needs time to grieve and all those things. But he has a strong...
Spencer Brown reveals Aj and Tyson Fury's close ties ahead of epic showdown. The heavyweight division is buzzing as one man returns stronger than ever. Tyson Fury isn't just prepping in the ring, he's heavily involved behind the scenes, and his bond with Anthony Joshua is closer than fans realize. With a major announcement looming, the stage is set for a historic clash the boxing world has been waiting for.
One man in the who's come back in the heavyweight division now, so for that sort of stuff, you know, and he's raring to go. He's don't forget Tyson's involved with Gold Star. He's a shareholder in Gold Star. You know, we'll make a big announcement soon, but you know, him and Adjit are very close, very, very close.
Duke McKenzie voices frustration over Tyson Fury's retirement chatter. Fans and fighters alike are tired of the endless speculation. McKenzie doesn't hold back, saying if Fury truly wants to fight, he should commit. If not, step away. The constant back and forth has everyone on edge, but one thing's clear: the boxing world is craving action, and Fury's next move could finally settle the debate once and for all.
Of listening to, I'm coming out of retirement and I'm going to fight again and all the rest of it. If you're going to do it, do it. If you're not, go into retirement, do whatever you're going to do, you know, join a circus or, you know, travel the world and spend your money, whatever you're going to do, just do it. I think, like I say, I think everybody's bored and fed up with listening to Tyson Fury talking about coming out of retirement.
Tyson Fury intensifies preparations for his monumental comeback. The Gypsy King is back, and he means business. Fury is training with unmatched focus and discipline, leaving no room for error. Every session is a statement he's determined to reclaim his dominance in the heavyweight division. Fans are buzzing as the stage is set for a return that could shake the boxing world to its core.
Very hard for this return. The Gypsy King is not taking this lightly whatsoever.
Spencer Oliver highlights Joshua versus Fury as the ultimate dream clash. While rumors swirl around other opponents, it's clear Anthony Joshua remains the fight fans have been desperate to see. Fury's camp knows the stakes are monumental, and every move is calculated for this heavyweight spectacle. The tension builds as two of boxing's biggest names prepare for a showdown that could define a generation.
Joshua was the dream fight that he was hoping for sometime late summer. Arslan Makhmudov is the rumoured guy that he's going to be coming in against, the guy that just beat Dave Allen, the big Russian, very powerful, very strong, but his style suits.
Simon Jordan reflects on Joshua's mental and physical comeback. Anthony Joshua has faced unimaginable tragedy, losing close friends in a devastating accident, yet his physical strength and mental resolve remain unwavering. Jordan highlights that the true test isn't just training or technique, it's whether boxing can reignite Joshua's drive and purpose. Every punch, every session in the gym now carries deeper meaning. Fury waits, aware that Joshua is not only preparing for a fight, but also channeling grief into determination. This clash of titans isn't just about titles, it's a story of resilience, focus, and a heavyweight willing to rise above personal tragedy.
And so with that in mind, physically, of course, he'll overcome it. It's whether boxing provides him with an outcome that he wants to motivate himself to go back into a ring and punch people.
Johnny Nelson highlights how tragedy impacts Joshua ahead of Fury fight. The recent loss of close friends has weighed heavily on Anthony Joshua. Nelson emphasizes that while fans focus on upcoming bouts, the human side cannot be ignored. Joshua must process grief and regain focus, showing the world that even in heartbreak, he remains committed to stepping into the ring against Tyson Fury.
Two young men that lost their lives and their families, how it's affected their families. So you want to concentrate on AJ. How's it going to affect AJ? Instead of concentrating on how's it affected the people that have lost.
Jarrell Miller shares sympathy for Joshua's mental struggle. Even those not closest to Anthony Joshua can feel the mental toll of the recent tragedy. Miller stresses how overwhelming the situation is, witnessing the aftermath online. Despite everything, Joshua's focus on his career and upcoming fight with Tyson Fury shows remarkable resilience and determination in the face of unimaginable grief.
You don't know what other people are going through. And even though AJ, we're not on the best terms, man, I feel for this brother, man. Because it could have been my family, could have been my friends. And, I feel like, man, it's mentally, kind of draining looking at this stuff all day online. And like I said, I didn't really see nothing too graphic until this morning. Was like, now I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in my life, man. I've seen dead bodies before and all that. Man, I don't even know how to even express.
Johnny Nelson reflects on life in Joshua's upcoming Fury clash. Nelson reminds fans that while fights and rivalries capture headlines, real-life tragedies put everything in perspective. Anthony Joshua, still processing the loss of close friends, faces Tyson Fury not just as an opponent, but as part of his journey to find focus again. The emotional weight could define how Joshua approaches training, strategy, and mindset in the ring. Nelson highlights that every moment in boxing now carries personal significance, turning the heavyweight showdown into a battle of resilience, heart, and the unbreakable spirit of a champion, determined to honor his lost friends while chasing glory.
In Nigeria, it's just sad. It just makes you realise how valuable life is and how things can change in a heartbeat. So when we talk about fights and we talk about beefs and these things are just nothing when it comes to real life. And losing their life, so it was a sad thing to hear, a sad thing to see. God knows how it'll affect those that saw it mentally, emotionally. But you've got to think about these two men who were somebody's child, someone's brother, And that's what you've got to think about, those people that have lost their life.
Eddie Hearn teases the chess game behind Joshua versus Fury. The heavyweight world hangs on every word Eddie Hearn shares. He lays bare the uncertainty surrounding Tyson Fury. Nobody can predict the Gypsy King's next move, and every statement, every hint could be part of a bigger strategy. For Anthony Joshua, patience is key. Hearn reveals Ajay is a couple of weeks away from re-entering camp, carefully rebuilding physically and mentally after recent personal tragedy. Behind the scenes, discussions with Frank Warren and Spencer Oliver are quietly shaping the next move, ensuring that when Joshua steps into the ring, he does so at peak focus. This isn't just a fight, it's a high-stakes chess match, a collision of timing, preparation, and raw heavyweight power that could define both men's legacies. Fans can feel the tension crackling.
You can't ever guess what Tyson Fury's thinking or what his plan is, and it's really, you just got to know, like, you can't choose confidently what he's going to do. Maybe he's had enough, maybe he's got the ump, maybe it's a game. You just got to worry about yourself, and for us, AJ's probably a couple of weeks away from going back into camp. And then, in a couple of weeks, maybe we'll reach out to Frank and Spencer and say, look, we're going to make our next move. Do you want to speak to Tyson and make sure it's 100% a non...
Carl Froch questions Fury's retirement and builds anticipation for Joshua clash. Carl Froch doesn't hold back, pointing out the curiosity and frustration surrounding Tyson Fury's on and off retirement announcements. For Anthony Joshua, this fight isn't just another bout. It's the culmination of patience, strategy, and mental resilience after facing personal tragedy. Froch stresses that fans and fighters alike are desperate to see this showdown, where timing and mindset could be just as crucial as raw power. Fury's unpredictability adds tension, while Joshua's disciplined preparation and focus on returning at full strength make him a formidable contender. The heavyweight world waits with bated breath, knowing this clash isn't merely about titles, but legacy, pride, and the raw drama of two of boxing's giants finally colliding in the ring.
I know the fight with Anthony Joshua is an interesting one we want to see, one that I certainly want to see. First of all, I'd just like to say, why retire, why come out? I've touched on it.
Tony Bellew breaks down Joshua's risk versus reward against Fury. Tony Bellew highlights the delicate balance Anthony Joshua faces. Coming off a physically and mentally grueling camp, Joshua must weigh the timing of taking on Tyson Fury, one of the most unpredictable heavyweights in history. Bellew points out that while Fury might call the shots or dictate the pace, Joshua cannot afford to pass up a career-defining opportunity. This fight isn't just a test of skill, it's a mental chess game where every punch, movement, and decision matters. Bellew emphasizes that Joshua's preparation, focus, and resilience in the wake of personal tragedy will play a critical role. The stakes couldn't be higher. Legacy, pride, and the heavyweight crown are all on the line, making this potential showdown irresistible for fans worldwide.
It's one that, right now, he's just coming off a hard camp, a hard fight, and does he need it right now, immediately, when Tyson Fury says so? Probably not, but can he afford to knock back the opportunity? Probably not as well, so it's tough, really. I'm not so sure it actually does happen, and I'm not so sure it's someone, once again, boy who cried wolf.
Gareth A. Davies confirms strategic Joshua comeback before Fury showdown. Gareth Davies sheds light on Anthony Joshua's careful path back to the ring. After a long hiatus and personal tragedy, this isn't just a casual tune-up. It's a calculated return, designed to ensure Joshua is at peak strength and focus before facing Tyson Fury. The heavyweight world watches closely as behind-the-scenes coordination unfolds, with camps planning every detail to maximize performance. Davies emphasizes that this strategic approach isn't about rushing, but about precision timing and preparation. Joshua's mental resilience, forged through grief and determination, pairs with his physical readiness to create a fighter primed for a defining moment. When he steps into the ring against Fury, it will be the culmination of months of calculated preparation, emotional recovery, and sheer heavyweight ambition that could reshape boxing history.
Get a tune-up, it'll be Anthony Joshua before Alexander Usyk. That is my understanding.
When you say tune-up, you're not referring to Anthony Joshua as a tune-up,
or no, that's not a tune-up.
No, that's what I mean. But just the way you worded that. Then.
Well, we're already into. He hasn't fought for 6.5, 7 months.
Oh, he's retired, mate.
He's retired. Yeah, he's retired. My understanding is behind the scenes they're working very closely on getting him back. Maybe late this year or very.
Johnny Nelson predicts Joshua has the edge over Fury. Johnny Nelson highlights the calculated risk versus reward in the heavyweight clash everyone is waiting for. While analysts and fans speculate on Fury's counters and potential strategies, Nelson leans toward Anthony Joshua, pointing to his ring intelligence, timing, and ability to execute under pressure. He acknowledges Fury's unpredictability and raw power, but stresses that Joshua's experience, precision, and mental fortitude give him the slight edge. After personal tragedy, Joshua's comeback isn't just physical, it's emotional and strategic. Every jab, feint, and punch carries purpose, honed through months of preparation and focus. Nelson paints a picture of a battle that's as much about mental resilience as skill, making this clash between Joshua and Fury a heavyweight spectacle that could define a generation and etch both fighters' legacies in boxing history.